60 million years ago, 65 million years ago, 66 now, Tyrannosaurus Rex was the tyrant king, of which now we've got 3. Tyrannosaurus Imperator, Transformer, Tyrannosaurus Regania. But today we're going to take a look at the King Beast and the King Predacon. Say hello to Transformers Kingdom Beast Wars Megatron. Yes. So here we have the Barney the dinosaur in his Tyrannosaurus Rex mode, and it's a gorgeous looking T-Rex mode. Get closer on there. We got the red pupils that were very iconic of his character. Now, for those of you who do not know, this is the Hasbro redo of the original 1996. This is the reissue from Hasbro. Beast Wars Megatron from the cartoon, who was ever made popular by David Kay with his iconic "Yes, excellent," as that's the way he did it. As you can see, here he is next to his fellow leader and iconic meme lord status, Optimus Primal. Well, ain't that just Prime? Voice acted by David Kay. Here he is next to Kingdom Galvatron. Very nice figure. And of course over there we have spoiler set Nemesis Prime and G2 Megatron. So getting back to Megatron, so this is obviously the descendant of the Decepticon leader Megatron, who appeared in the cartoons. My only complaint is these, which I'll get onto when I transform him, is that, and as you can see, he's very panel heavy. Like, his torso, which is understandable, is all panels, but doesn't constrict to his articulation. Articulation-wise, his head is on a neck joint. You can look up, and these panels do move out of the way to allow you access for it. That far, you can look down pretty much like that. You move up a joint at the head here. You can open his mouth, and you can be like, oh my god, you did not just say that. Yeah. And of course, if you have some blast effects, it can fit into that port in there. Arms can do a 436 there. The little T-Rex arms can do a 436. Go in and out. Nothing at the elbow, nothing at the wrist. His legs can go back that far. Can go forwards this far. If you move this out of the way, as you can see, it is on a sliding joint, which allows for the movement. It can go up that far. Back that far. You get a swivel at the knee, bend at the knee, double jointed knee, and of course a little bit of foot bendage, as well as a little bit of foot articulation. So, you know, if you wanted to, you can totally reenact the Jurassic Park roar scene. No, we just need a banner. Now, speaking about that, they did reuse this mold. In Wave 1, we did get the Transformers Maximal T-Rex, which was a red and blue repaint of this particular figure. And for the recent Jurassic Park Transformers crossover, we did get Tyrannicon, who was a slight remold but extensive repaint of this figure. So let's transform him, shall we, Lance? Well, first of all, you want to move up these upper thigh torsos, and they will just tab into these parts of the legs and those slots there. You want to bring this back here, and then on the slide joint, you want to bring them forward. You want to bring them up here, so they're facing backwards. Straighten out the legs. Then you're going to come to his chest, and you're going to basically rip it open, and allow these, which are supposed to be springed, they're spring-loaded. You're going to bring them back, and then you're going to fold the arms onto this cubby hole in the back here, and bring this part back. You're going to untab the torso from the tab in there, and rotate it around, bring it back down, fold up the head, and bring it down, and then you're going to hear a click, like so. Come to the legs, you're going to fold them down and bring them down. We'll straighten them out. And then they are going to, this tab is going to go into a post in there, into a hole in here, and there you got the legs. Almost done. You're going to take this part, and you're going to rotate it up, and then clip it to place, because there's a hole up there. And as you can see, there's a little nub right there that clips it into place. Rotate this arm around, and you're going to unfold the joints. Now, this comes to my first problem, is that this little bit of softish plastic loves to get, if you clip this, on my figure at least, if you clip the tail in, likes to get above that, and that can actually stop it from bringing flesh against the side here. So, like, on this side, it doesn't seem to have that much of a problem. I think it might be just a clearance issue on the bit of the plastic, so I may or may not have to move it. But you want to bring them back both. You're going to rotate the tip of the tail down and bring this part down, and you've got one arm done. Second arm is just like that. And there you have him. It's Beast Wars Megatron, or Beast Megatron from Kingdom. And he's a good-looking figure. The purple, the silver, the green, excuse me, and even the yellow that they use for the underbelly is there. Then the only problem is, of course, this backpack, but again, he's a dinosaur, so you really can't do much without it. Articulation-wise, his head is on a ball joint, on a swivel joint. You can look up that far. If you move the transformer joint, you can look up real far. That is a really big tree. Bring this down. You can look down, not that far, toward it. Arms can do a full 360 if you move them out slightly. So we can move that, they can go in and out. Swivel at the bicep, bend at the elbow, nothing at the hand. And then the tail figure here, the tail here can still move. On this arm, again, can do a full 360. Swivel, bend at the neck. You can bend at the Rex head. Like really back and then really forward. So much, and of course, you still get the Rex's head ability to open. You actually get a waist joint that can do a full 360. Legs can go back quite far before the backpack gets into place, and they can go forwards that far. He can do the splits, not a full splits due to these guns here, but if you move them back down to flesh out the knee, like so, you can actually get him to do the full splits if you move his arm out of the way. And his backpack out of the way. Like that, you can do it. You just have to move this out of the way. Then, again, as I said, double jointed at the knee, swivel at the knee, bend at the foot, and articulation of the foot. And that's Megatron for you. And we'll get some size comparisons in, which is something I don't often do. And here is the size comparison with Optimus Primal from Kingdom, Voyager class. Netflix spoilers, I think he's a Voyager class as well. Nemesis Prime. Generation Selects G2 Megatron. Kingdom Leader class Galvatron. And of course the 1996 reissue Kingdom Beast Wars Megatron. So, final verdicts on Beast Wars Megatron. He is a fantastic figure. One thing I will mention straight off the bat is be careful with his soft plasticky panels, especially on this arm here, as they do like to pop outside of the joint and make it very, very scary if you're trying to fold the joint, the tail down, to become flesh for the robot mode. There was a third-party kit for him and T-Rex, I believe, done by DNA Kits, which gives him his iconic gun. Some filler parts, because one thing I will admit is he does have some very noticeable gaps on this figure. And of course, the rubber ducky that did appear in one episode. And of course, my other major complaint is the price selling point for him and T-Rex. So for those of you who do not know, here in New Zealand, this figure goes for about $120, whereas T-Rex goes for $130. I scored him on sale But unfortunately, both of them are still too expensive, with T-Rex still being $103. He was $95. So, this has been Duncannuva saying, Ju-on Superior, and remember, all plans go accordingly. You must have plans for your backup plans, yes. And I, Megatron, will write the stories of old, yes. Goodbye now.